Consider the following. A Frisbee flies like so. As the Frisbee pushes down on the air pushes upward on the Frisbee. This is called aerodynamic lift. Flying forward causes the disc to split air at its leading edge, so half goes over and half goes under. The edge or lip of the Frisbee is very important because its tilt during flight affects how much air is directed downward. Water is a viscous fluid. The flowing air follows curving surfaces, even when those surfaces curve away from the airstream like a Frisbee. When the inward bend of the upper airstream mixes with a considerable drop in air pressure, the Frisbee is sucked upward. This is called the Bernoulli effect. This effect, accompanied by the viscosity of air, allows the Frisbee to lift against gravity, a lot like an airplane.
Woo! Woo! Woo!
This effect does not work when the Frisbee is flying upside down. The careful design of the Frisbee places the lift directly in the center. So when the upper airstream tries to follow the curved shape of the outside, its inertia breaks away from the surface. A swirling pocket of air forms behind the Frisbee, destroying the suction needed for it to fly. By doing this, it raises the air resistance and drops it like a rock. In ultimate Frisbee, this technique is called the hammer. To get the Frisbee to bump up, you have to send it flying sideways. In turn, it pushes back sideways and hits the ground at a right angle. Rotation is the most important part of a Frisbee's flight. Without this part, aerodynamic forces would not be centered. A spinning Frisbee can maintain flight for long periods of time because of its angular momentum, which affects the way a Frisbee responds to its aerodynamic twists. The disc is designed to be thicker at the edges so that it maximizes angular momentum as it spins. Also, the tiny ridges on the top of the Frisbee play a very important part.
These provide a tiny bit of turbulence that surprisingly allows the Frisbee to travel farther.
Awesome.
Spinning things are always changing direction. In fact, every part of the disc is always changing direction. This combination of forces is called centripetal force. Without this force, the disc would fly apart into a cloud of tiny particles. Without centripetal force, spinning things wouldn't go around in a circle.
You can watch and consider the following.